Europe Remembers on tour started in London last Monday, and today we arrived in Portsmouth. And you are our special guest today. What do you think about Europe Remembers on tour and the purpose that we have to celebrate liberty, to think about what happened 75 years ago?
Well, I think it's particularly for me because as an infant, when they're growing up, I was presented with, I don't know what centimetres it is, but however, there are pictures of things that says on it, freedom is at peril, that kind of thing. And it makes you realise that these people in the mainland have grown up with occupation. And that tradition is taken through the ages as they grow up. When we go to Normandy, they're like family there. We've seen little grow up. And it's a wonderful feeling. I wish people over here would get acquainted with freedom. What does it mean when you decide to do something? Can you do it or can't you? You know, I mean, we in this country, I must say, we are, because we've not been occupied for William the Conqueror, we seem to be as though we've got a God-given right to freedom, but we have not. And people who regard that is ridiculous, because if necessary, you've got to stand up and fight. It's as simple as that.
You did that.
Exactly. That's the way it has to be, because you see, I know that Europe as such was occupied in the main part of Europe, but we in Britain were just as vulnerable as you were for losing our freedom. So we were all in this together, no exceptions. And I always say to people, if they talk about the thing like Passchendaele and the Somme, I say, just remember, this war hinged on two things. What do you want, good or evil? Because that's what it amounts to, good or evil? And the answer is obvious, evil, not good.
How do you personally look back at those 75 years ago, at the liberation? If you look back at that, what is your feeling about it?
Well, the feeling I have is the same as I've always had, and that was if we were fighting the wars of years ago, when it was for overseas possessions, etc., I say, that's not for me. I enlisted because freedom was at peril, and you've got to do something about it. You know, you can't just sit back and hope it'll all blow over you. It doesn't. You know, you've got to get up on your 2 feet and fight it. Simple as that. And I feel that we played a part, just as many other people. I think of the people in the resistance movements all over Europe, and I salute them, because quite often, back in the 1941, 42, when all seemed lost, they still kept the faith, and they were still putting their lives on the line all the time. And we mustn't forget that.
Well, I'm very proud to meet you. I want to shake hands.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.